How is everyone doing? You have your cameras on. All right. Think we are still, yeah. So we'll start today's episode with a very interesting WhatsApp message that I received yesterday. And personally, I tend to think that this message, it beautifully summarizes your journey also at MisFits in terms of what we are doing here. Okay. So look at this message and tell me your thoughts. Do tell me the important lines that you think. Should I show you again? Or you will read it? Thoughts, anyone? Rashri?
So something that struck me from the message is that she wrote all of the answers, even if she didn't have any idea of some questions. She wrote everything, whatever she could. And I think she gives the credits to, of course, the methodology that you have applied while teaching us in GS.
Yeah, of course. So she's Daisy. And to be honest, she's not part of the PSIR module. Her optional is economics, but she's been part of the GS module. And I'm sure many of you have met her as well. And GS also plays a critical role in your exams. But just think, what is she saying? So one thing is clear that she cleared her mains. Kudos to her. All her hard work. And she will be all set for her UPSC interviews. But that's not important. What's important is that she's clearly saying that there were some answers she had no clue what to write. That is important. In fact, let me give you one guarantee. I can guarantee you, you will not know answers to more than 40% of questions after your time in MisFits. Now, which instructor in the world will tell you that? We live in a game industry area where your performance is gauged basis what all you can predict in the examination hall. And this is my prediction. Prelims, mains, interviews, not more than 40%. I will not tell you that story 100% from my material. Please understand, we cannot prepare for these exams like idiots. Just making notes, learning every random fact, hair pulling what was covered in the classroom, what was not covered in the classroom. Oh, I think we missed this area of China relations or Pakistan story or internal security, whatever. There are so many useless coaching institutes that may claim that 50 or 100 questions came directly from our test papers, 90 from our booklets. Please ignore all that nonsense. It is nonsense. Closer to your examination date and day, you will have this innate desire to know every fact there is to know about the universe. And you all will have this idea, what if UPSC asks me this? And this is the exact reason why people fail in this examination despite studying 15, 16 hours per day. Because they're being mentored by idiots. Your goal should not be to know the answer to each and every question. Repeating this. Because you can never know the answer to all questions. Not possible. And that is why it is extremely critical that you learn frameworks, learn methods, have the base, and continue to apply your conjectures. This is exactly what Daisy did in her mains, and she is not alone. I absolutely love this video, Webup's video. Let me show you again. You all have seen this before.
And second, she said, okay, do you know how many GI tags exist in India? I said, ma'am, I do not know, but I can take a guess on it. So she said, how can you take a guess on such a thing? I said, ma'am, Muradabad's GI tag number is 206. So I'm guessing that the GI tags are more than 206. So that was a plus point in her eyes. Then she said that, do you know that which commodity has maximum number of GI tags in the world? And I said, ma'am, I do not know, but I can take a guess. So she said, how can you now take a guess in this? So I said, ma'am, it should be an agricultural commodity because we are talking about geographical indication. So I think an agricultural commodity is more rooted in geography. So she said, okay, let's move on from there. I was like, maybe I said wrong. The other member who was there, he asked, ma'am, what is the commodity? So she laughed and she said, it's wine. So that was a high note, sir.
What is he doing? And he's not alone. Daisy was not alone. Let me show you one more. This is from, I think she got into IRS or IPS, I'm not sure. This is her reaction the minute I told her a framework. If we want to grow Indian economy, I will possibly look at 4 factors.
Wow, this has made my life so easy. So I was thinking for the past 1 week that I'm feeling a little weak in the economy.
That was her concern all the time. Economy is weak, economy is weak. Interview, she rocked it. You do not have to worry too much about specific facts. Ability to form logical conjectures is the exact reason why you will get a good rank. I can show you innumerable videos, prove you the same thing multiple times. But at the same time, there are videos, many idiots who will focus on facts. This is covered, that is not covered. The day starts with covering facts, making notes, endless notes, 5,000 pages booklet. We're living in a unique age. There's a lot of irrelevant information out there. I can assure you that, I can assure you that someone from this community itself, they will launch a YouTube channel and will tell you how to prepare for mains, interviews, learn facts. What is the problem with misfits? Do all that, do all of that once you've cleared your exams. Prelims is just one step. As of now, the goal should be to vehemently learn all the frameworks that I'm teaching you, apply those frameworks, methods, and you will see the results. I can bet on that. I am not going to make you write endless notes on foreign policy or internal security, because our purpose is not to have you make you complete your PhD thesis. That's not the purpose. And even preparing for PhDs. Some of you have PhDs, I think, and that's great. Our purpose is simple: score beyond 300 plus in optionals, 200 plus in interviews, and bare minimum 420, 430, 440 in GS, 450, you'll get first rank. For that to happen, you do not need 5,000 word pages booklets. You need to use your existing knowledge, fit that into a framework, and then leverage a lot of conjectures to write answers within 90 seconds. And that is exactly what we are preparing for. Our goal is to top the exam. And you can never complete the syllabus. It will never happen. Even if you complete the syllabus, you will never be able to complete it on your own. Revise it, re-revise it. So have good information, good knowledge, good base. Learn the frameworks, apply the frameworks, and then practice those frameworks. Anyone? Thoughts? Anyone wants to rely entirely on facts? Core details about the syllabus. We're seeing, we've tackled multiple kinds of questions that UPS itself has asked. We're relying on one framework. Of course, it's cheating, and you have unfair advantage. I know it's unfair for those who are part of this community. So leverage it until unless the secret is out. Nandita?
Okay, so first of all, congratulations to the Daisy. It feels great to have one of our peers, qualify mains. And it is marvelous that what you have done with Misfits. I love all the episodes, and I'm sure everyone, all of us do. That's all.
No, thank you. Now I want you to look at a map that I will show you. Other than by location, look at countries surrounding India. Clear? And when you look at the map, imagine that you are the Foreign Minister of India. Prime Minister of India comes to you with a strategic question. And the question is, of all our neighbors, who do you think is the most important one for India? Now, this is a question by Prime Minister. It's not by media. You cannot be diplomatic. You will have to pick one. And let's assume that he's asking you that because we have resource scarcity, there's just one ambassador that we can assign of good quality. And we want to ensure the best man or best women is there in that most important geography. Thinking of the most important geography. Okay, so let's look at a map. And once you're ready with the answer, let me know your thoughts. If you want me to zoom out, I can do that. You look at other countries as well. But pick one. Which one do you think is the most important one? Devesh, what do you think?
No, maybe it's Bangladesh.
Okay, Bangladesh. Sweetie?
For me, it's China.
China. Myra, what about you?
Yes, sir. If we talk about immediate neighbors, then China.
And if you talk about all the neighbors, any other country, then
Uh, then I would say US.
US? Why?
Yeah. So because of the importance that it has in current scenario, so that is why.
And China does not have that importance.
Sir, I say like immediate, then it is China. Of course,
Okay.
China is growing, but
Okay. This is important exercise. I know many of you will go on to read about our foreign policy, step by step, India, China, India, Japan, India, Pakistan. Think broadly. Most important country for you. Why Bangladesh, Devesh?
Yeah, by just thinking about the situation, I forget about Russia.
Because
He
what did
helped
it
us
tell
a lot.
you to focus on Bangladesh?
No,
Rallies
sir.
happening across India. Today we're more concerned about Bangladesh. Sunny, what do you think?
Good afternoon, sir. I also thought it's Bangladesh because before showing the map, you emphasized on the geography of the country. So, India shares one of the longest river, even with Pakistan, but also with Bangladesh. But when it comes to diplomatic exercises, I think China would be a very important neighbor for us because comparatively, all other countries in Indian subcontinent are less powerful
No,
than
all these
India.
classes, why are we still, this is good. I mean, you're thinking and making a conjecture. But why did we stick with Bangladesh? When we frame our policies, just think about this. When we frame our policies, is there any Bangladeshi angle that you're thinking of? What will Bangladesh think? What can Bangladesh do? Is this how we make our policies? The most important officer in India, you'll play the best one. You will take a call and place that officer in Bangladesh. Rashti, what do you think?
Sir, well, I'm not very sure about this. Like, if Bangladesh really plays an important role in our foreign policy,
I'm not
because
saying important role, I'm saying most important role. Of course, all countries are important.
right, sir. But sir, as per my like understanding and knowledge, I don't really think that Bangladesh is really playing the most important role in present circumstances. I think the Chinese factor, time and again, it reminds us how we need to like craft a foreign policy, and I think the Chinese factor is perhaps by far the most important
There's a
factor.
neighbor next to us. We have border disputes with that neighbor. That neighbor is a nuclear power. That neighbor is a member of P5. That neighbor is dictating how India behaves with Nepal, with Bangladesh, with Pakistan. That neighbor is a reason why we're forging alliances with, let's say, US. I tend to think China is more important than US for India. Next to us, we deal with China on daily basis. I may say China, China, India's relations with China is all about survival now. How China behaves can affect India's survival. From water wars, we don't have that with America. There's huge distance. With Pakistan, we're on the upstream. In fact, we can ruin Pakistan, we can build Pakistan. This is how we deal with China. The way China interacts with the world and with India in particular, it shapes the very environment in which we live and grow as a nation. Until a few months ago, Hindus were not in danger in Bangladesh. But now things have changed. Is it because Muhammad Yunus hates us? Or is there a Chinese angle? Until a few years ago, Maldives could not raise an eye towards India. But now, they have the galls to cancel on India. Maldives asked Indian troops to pull out. Maldives cancelled the hydrology agreement with Indian Navy. Things may change, things may improve, negotiations will take place. But shouldn't we ask a question? How are these countries able to behave like that? Because if you think about it, India is also a major power, a nuclear state. Think of Nepal. Look at Nepal. So many Nepalis, they worked in India, lived in India. We have shared such remarkable relations with our neighbors to the in Nepal. Historically, it was given that Nepali Prime Minister's his first visit after assuming office would be to India. So Devesh, he did not go to Bangladesh. Nepali Prime Minister visiting India, his first official visit. It was a reflection of our depth in relations, culture, economy, strategy. But today, the Nepali Prime Minister makes first stop in China, not India, not Bangladesh. How can we ignore China? Right in front of our eyes. So anyone doubting? No, should be Bangladesh, not China. But all our conversations are around Bangladesh or Pakistan. Who you look at, who you spend time with, you become like them. What happened, Janani?
That's very true, sir. I think that is what intensifying the kind of religious tussle we have within the country. So
Nepal is looking at China. There's a reason. Look at the economy of China. Hydropower, roads, railways, Belt and Road Initiative. Perhaps Nepal is able to sell this dream to citizens. Makes much more sense to align with China. Let me show you a video. No, not video. Let me show you a news article instead. It's an old one, but it's from the Nepali media. I think the Kathmandu Post. It's a popular there in Nepal. See,